You? Is anybody?
There's Molly, folks. That means your friends, the Goldbergs, are here. Yes, it's the Does program. Does, you know, is the new kind of soap for everything in your wash. Now let's visit the Does'em family. You know, Mom's away visiting, and she left Pa and Unky to do the family wash. Listen, Pa's reading her note of instruction.
Dear Pa, be sure to use Does. It's that new kind of soap, you know. As if I didn't know Does everything in our wash. Ready, Unky?
Yep. I'll start the washer.
Unky, you pushed the wrong button. Your hand's caught in the wringer. There, you all right?
Yeah, well, I can still use my left hand.
Okay, then pour some Does in the washer.
All right, here.
Now, Ma says in her note, use Does for the work shirts, towels, rag rugs, Daisy's rayon blouses, everything.
Gosh, I wish I hadn't dirtied up my overalls like I did.
It's all right, Unky. Ma says right here, Does will get 'em clean easy. Don't even bother with a bar soap. Does gets clothes clean all by itself. Got those work shirts in?
Yep.
Good. Now, you sort out the towels and sheets. Ma's note says, hang 'em where the new neighbor can see how dazzling white Does gets 'em. She'll see no soap gives whiter washes than Does.
Women. Hey, what's this? Do we does this too? This pink thing?
Sure, Unky. That's a rayon doodad of Daisy's.
Oh.
Ma says Does is safer for the nice colors she washes. Yep, gives longer life for colors. Yet you can't beat Does for getting the grimiest clothes clean. Here we go again.
Well, Pa, never thought you and I'd come to this.
That's Does for you, Unky. It does everything.
Yes, even Pa and Unky find wash day easy with Does. Why, compared to other leading granulated wash day soaps, Does gives longer life to colors, plus unsurpassed whiteness and real cleaning power for the dirtiest clothes. Try Does, D-U-Z. It does everything in the wash. And now the Goldbergs. Well, the Goldbergs have taken their new daughter-in-law right to their hearts. But Grace seems to have something worrying her about which she won't tell Molly. Of course, Molly, in her role as mother to Sammy's wife, wants nothing more than to share Grace's worry. But we know that Grace's worry would shock Molly. For Grace, as only Rosie suspects, isn't what she seems to be. In fact, she and a neighboring farmhand, George, seem to have some little plan afoot that isn't going to make the Goldbergs too happy. And part of the plan depends on how rich the Goldbergs are. It seems that Sammy didn't do so well when he married Grace and left for parts unknown. But as Grace's letter pointed out to Molly, Sammy was sure his parents would be able to love Grace as much as he did. And now we're seeing. Listen.
Rosalie, darling, the school bell rang already quite a while ago, and Lavella will be past the house already, darling.
Oh, I can't find my saddle shoes.
Your saddle shoes, look and thou shalt find. If you can't find the saddles, then wear the moccasins.
How can I wear the moccasins if they're at the shoemaker's?
Why do you put it in the shoemakers until you found the saddles? If you found the saddles, then you could put the moccasins where they belong. It's now as we were tickets for shoes. You don't put them in the shoemaker if you don't have one for the other one.
Hello? Hello, George. Why do you call me now? Why didn't you call me earlier? They're all up now. Oh, I've been up since 5. I can't talk to you now. Everybody's around. No, I can't. No, I haven't got a story. Have you? Well, then why did you call? What'd you find out? Listen, I can't talk to you now. How can I find out? They haven't shown me their bank book. Well, ask. Ask around. No, I can't talk now. Goodbye.
Please, the school bell rang. All right, you're coming, Ma. You have to be late Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. You would be late Saturday, too, if school was open. Would you not? Grace, darling, who called?
It was the wrong number, Mother.
Wrong number?
Are you going to have some coffee now, Mother, dear?
No, darling. I'll have my coffee and none, darling, dear. When everybody had it, dear.
All right, well, I'll get Dad's ready now.
All right, dear. All right, dear. Da, 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 da.
Good morning,
Morning, dear. Good morning, dear.
There's my daughter-in-law, Grace.
Grace, Daddy is asking for you.
She's up and about already.
Up and about already. She was up before me. The coffee was on. The table was set.
Molly and Sammy, why are we so lucky, why?
Why? Because we're fortunate.
Did Grace tell you why she's so worried?
No, it's her worry, she said, and she don't want to make it our worry, she said. And she said she wants a job.
Good morning.
Morning.
It's good afternoon to you, Grace. Mother tells me you was up prior to daybreak.
Oh, I can't sleep these precious hours away. I want to be awake and aware.
Wake and aware.
Awake and aware.
Sit with me while I have my coffee, Grace.
No, I'm going to wait on you, Dad, if you don't mind.
Say that. She'll wait on you, Dad, she don't mind. Oh, Jake, darling, it looks like we'll sit and we'll twiddle our thumbs and from now on forwards, huh?
Good morning, Rosalie.
Good morning, dear. Did you say good morning to Grace?
I will, Ma. Give me a chance.
Is that an answer?
Is that an answer?
Good morning, Grace.
That's how you say good morning?
Ma, what do you want me to do? Go inside and kiss her?
She's your sister, no?
My sister-in-law.
Rosalie, I'm warning you. Rosalie, I'm warning you, don't be a sister-in-law.
Well, how can I be anything else? She married my brother, so that makes her my sister-in-law and your daughter-in-law, not your daughter.
Rosie.
I'm still your daughter, and she's your daughter-in-law.
Rosie!
I'm walking away from the table.
Sit down.
Ever since you came here, all I've been hearing is Grace.
I don't want to hear another syllable.
Oh, fine, let it toot.
All right, Jake. All right, Jake. Don't unnerve yourself.
Coffee, Dad. It's piping hot. Good morning, Rosie.
Morning.
Sit still, Mother. I'm fixing Rosie's breakfast.
I haven't got time for breakfast.
Oh, yes, you
I
have.
haven't, Grace, thank you.
But you have, darling. Mother doesn't want you to go off without your breakfast.
Rosie?
I have to speak to Mr. Akeley before classes this morning, so that's why I have to get to school a little early.
Come on, drink your milk, every drop of it.
But do you have to see Professor Akeley?
I have to decide what college I'm going to.
Oh.
Isn't that wonderful? Where do you think you want to go?
I can't afford to go where I'd like to go.
Where would you like to go?
What's the use of talking about it? Goodbye.
Bye.
Goodbye, Pa.
Goodbye to Grace.
Mama, darling, please. Goodbye, Grace.
Goodbye, Rose.
I'm sorry, Gracie. Rosie's a little, let's say she's a little temperamental. It's a convalescent age.
Of course.
You never told Rosalie yet about the policy we have for her, huh, Molly?
No, why should I discuss the policy with Rosalie? Now the time has come for her college, so it's here and it's ready.
How many years have you got that policy, Molly?
Plenty.
Well, I guess I'll toddle along.
May I have the pleasure of walking down the road with you?
Indeed you may.
But put something on, Grace, dear.
I will.
All right. Oh, put something on, Grace, dear. You hear
We'll
me?
have to figure up and see what they have in that policy, Molly.
Yes, dear, we will.
Toddle along. Why don't you leave the chickens alone, Sporty?
You're a wonderful father.
Not wonderful, guys.
Oh, yes, you are. I'm a very lucky girl.
So are we lucky.
Well, you're not rich people, and yet out of the little you have, you managed to put enough aside for Rosie's education.
Mrs. Goldberg must get all the credit for that. For education, Mrs. Goldberg would starve her body to feed her mind.
I guess there must have been plenty of starving.
No, I wouldn't say that. There were times when I was well off.
Really?
I was in the dress business, quite successful.
Made a lot of money.
Not millions, but enough, I'm sure, for Mrs. Goldberg to have been able to lay aside quite a bit.
Well, if it's less than $1 million, I made a mistake in marrying Sammy.
I was also in the real estate business. There, I lost considerable. I bought an apartment house and called it Marley's Arms.
Oh.
It was my ambition to have 3 houses. Marley's Arms, Rosie's Arms, and Sammy's Arms. but I went busted in Molly's house.
Is that when you came out here to live?
Yeah,
Is that when you lost everything?
as far as I knew, it was everything. But Mrs. Goldberg, always in crisis, saved the day.
Always a nest egg, huh?
Nest eggs. The policy was always paid.
All these years?
The lean years and the fat years.
Well, I'm sure glad Rosalie will have enough to see her through.
I wouldn't be surprised if she has an equity of $2,000.
2,000 hard-earned dollars.
Yeah. I only hope they'll be put to good advantage.
They will. I'm sure they will.
Grace hopes, but she and Jake are not thinking of the same advantage. For Grace is thinking, as we know, of her own. You know, there's something about the Goldbergs that makes you want to go on listening day after day and year after year. And I hope you'll get just as attached to our Dozen family. Daisy Dozen's cute, isn't she? You know, the other day she said to me...
Clayton, do you think I'm too young to get married?
Well, Daisy,
Ma says so, but gee, I'm 14. And I know all about keeping house and washing things. You just use dolls for everything.
Well, Daisy, Does is mighty important in married life. This new kind of soap does everything in the wash. Grimy towels come out white as snow. Work clothes come clean easy when you does them. Yet Does helps colors. Even pretty rayons stay bright longer. Why, ladies, compared to other leading granulated wash day soaps, Does gives longer life for colors, plus unsurpassed whiteness and real cleaning power for the grimiest overalls. Yes, take it from Daisy Dozen.
Wash day, nothing to it. Just use Does.
Sure, 'cause even in the toughest wash, Does does everything. Be sure to listen to the next episode of The Goldbergs. Grace begins finding a story to fit the opportunity she sees in the offing for herself. This is Clayton Collier speaking for Procter & Gamble and saying, do as the Dozens do. Let Does, the new kind of soap, do everything in your wash.